my channel. So today I'm coming at you with my top 5 back to school tips. And I feel like these tips kind of work for any grade. Like you could use them in high school, junior high, college, whatever. And they're kind of mainly focused on like the first day of school. But, I mean, I suppose they could work anywhere. Maybe you plan on transferring schools in the middle of the year. Maybe you don't plan on transferring schools in the middle of the year, but it's gonna happen anyway. Point is, these are my top 5 back to school tips. So, tip number 1 is to label and organize your school supplies. This was actually always my favorite part of like going back to school in general, was you have your school supply list there, and it's generally telling you by class, like at least mine were always by class, or even after that first day of school, whenever you like get home with all of your papers from your classes that tell you which of your school supplies belong to which class. I always like to sit down with a Sharpie, and I would always put my name on the inside of my notebooks and binders, and then I would write the class on the front of the notebook or binder. And if I had a class that had like one of those 3-ring binders with the pockets on the inside and then like a notebook as well, or a folder or whatever, I would always put that inside so it was always just all together and super easy to just grab whenever I needed it for class. So, tip number 1, stay organized. Tip number 2 is to lay out your clothes and whatever else you may need the night beforehand. Your clothes, your shoes, your jewelry, your makeup if you can. I don't know. If you have your own bathroom, I guess you can just go all out and lay out like everything you need to get ready in the morning, so you'll be super prepared. Because let's face it, you've probably been sleeping in all summer, and now you're gonna have to wake up early and get ready for school. And it seems like everybody, at least whenever I was growing up, everybody wants to like look their best on the first day of school because you're seeing people you haven't seen in like 3 months or whatever. So, just to help you not feel rushed in the morning, gives you time to eat that good breakfast and everything, lay it all out. I guess in another way, stay organized. Tip number 3, highlight any important class or school rules and keep those papers accessible. So generally, whenever you get to your first day of class, you're going to be given a syllabus, and they're going to go through most of it, if not all of it, though at least hit the high points. You know how it goes. But a lot of times those will also have like schedules in them about like when your papers are due or big assignments and things like that. So you'll want that to be really accessible. So I would suggest keeping it in whatever binder, notebook, whatever you have for that class. Keep it all together so that you can find it and reference it really easily. Or if you have an agenda, you can keep all of those papers together, slip them in the back of your agenda, and there you go. You'll always have it anytime you need it. Also, generally, during that first day or week or whatever, you'll go over like the school handbook or like different dress codes, things like that, different school rules, however your school defines it. Mine was always just a school handbook that we all had to go through in like our homeroom class. But anything in there that really like stands out, you'll also want to highlight, like the dress code. Dress code is pretty important. You may need to reference it. And just any other random rules that like you personally are like, oh, I might need that later, highlight it. Same with your classes. Any important things, like your English syllabus may tell you that all of your papers have to be typed in this certain font and this certain size, spaced this way. You probably want to highlight that so that it's really easy for you to find whenever it's like crunch time and you're just like, where was that? And it's hidden in the middle of a page. So, just save yourself some trouble later. Highlight the things that might be important down the road. Tip number 4, be prepared to share a completely random fact about yourself. This was the part of school I always hated, and it continued into college. Even for my online classes, I would have to do these like introduction posts on like some sort of response type board thing, and they always wanted you to like share these random facts about yourself, and I hated it. I hated going to classes where they made you stand up and you had to say your name and say a fact about yourself. I was never prepared, and I was always just like standing there thinking, oh my gosh, what am I gonna say that's not going to be super weird or embarrassing or like completely boring, or you're you're like trying to find that right thing, just be prepared now. Get it in your head now that there's probably going to be at least one class where you will have to share a random fact about yourself, and be ready. It'll happen. I promise. And I'm sorry. I feel for you. And my last tip, number 5, is to ask a teacher or a faculty member if you need directions to one of your classes. Because I hate to say it, but there's always that chance that you're going to come across that one upperclassman, fellow student, whatever, that just likes to tell people that their class is up the stairs past the pool when your school doesn't have a pool or stairs. Never fails. There's always that one kid. And you don't want that one kid that gets lost to be you because you asked the wrong person because you didn't know that you shouldn't. So, just go to a teacher. Chances are they will be standing out in the hallway or super easy to find because it's the first day / week of school, and that's generally what they do so they can help you guys find your classes. Use them, they're there. And that is it for this video. If you liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you have any other awesome back to school tips, leave me a comment down below so that everyone else can kind of get a little helping hand as well. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!